Hi, my name's Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our Audi A4, then I'll take you for a ride in it. But first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a 2-litre TDI S-Line, 2016 on a 16 plate, has done 31,606 miles. Fuel economy, urban 58.9 miles per gallon, extra urban 76.3 miles per gallon, and combined is 70.6 miles per gallon. Has a top speed of 137 miles per hour out of a 4-cylinder, 148 brake horsepower, 16 valve engine. The big Auto Union sign there. You've got quite a mean looking spoiler, and also pretend air vents or brake cooling vents at the side, but it gives it quite a nice front end. LED running lights, 18-inch twin 5-spoke alloys, and to be fair, the 18-inch tyres, 18-inch wheels, a lot easier on your spine when you're driving along the road, not as tramline-y or bouncy, so a better ride for the S-Line. S-Line badges, brushed aluminium window surrounds, the sill extension here, no rear privacy glass on the back, and in my opinion the cars look nicer without rear privacy glass. And the way social media is today, I don't think anybody wants privacy anymore, so I wouldn't be surprised if they don't just cut that off the option list altogether. Remote boot release, plenty of room in the back there. You can see all my camera equipment, but I think, or I'll try and remember to take some photos and video when the boot's empty, give you a better idea. Got reversing sensors there. Gonna get shot today. I forgot to bring paper mats with me. Having said that, this car, I mean, it's lovely inside and outside, and you can always tell when a vehicle's been really looked after because it's got fitted carpet mats, and then whoever's owned it has also bought these heavy duty rubber mats to put over the carpet mats. So it's lovely. It's lovely in the back here as well. You've got your vents here, and you can also adjust them from the switch here. Power socket, this lovely brushed aluminium finish on the doors, and again your coat hangers here and grab handle to let old people like me out. Isofix rear child seat, anchor points, rear armrest here. As I've said before, I prefer the look of leather, but to actually sit on and be comfortable in winter and summer, then you're better off with cloth seats. These are really hard wearing seats as well, and the bit that you sit on is cloth, but when you sat on it you can only see leather, so best of both worlds, comfortable and good looking too while you sat in it. I'll just take you for a ride in it. The car locks itself as well. If you forget to lock it when you get out of the car, it'll lock itself, so long as the keys aren't inside it, of course. The new style Audi keys there, it's keyless go, foot on the clutch, and that's it started. There's a little space there to put the key, although I'd prefer it in the ignition. Just get comfortable. It's not very pleasant at the moment up here, very foggy and misty, but hopefully the video will turn out okay. So service history, 13th of 2nd 2019 at 17,647 miles, that's Nottingham Audi. 1st of 6th 2021 at 31,267 miles, Nottingham Audi. And then on the 2nd of the 7th of 2021 at 31,430 miles, Nottingham Audi. Went in to have the wheels refurbished, which is very good for us, because we normally get them done, and it's about 400 quid. So anyway, a beautiful car, manual car, good spec. Let's see, electronic handbrake, which you can't have everything. So off we go. I don't think there's much chance of getting any drone shots today. Just managed to video the outside before it started raining and the sheep attacked. It's a virtual whiteout. Oops, there's a big Land Rover coming here. Don't want to be arguing with him. Off we go. So I have to say, Audis are extremely nice cars, and somebody put a comment on one of my videos the other day, why don't you tell us what's wrong with vehicles? I'm as honest as I can be about designs. I think everybody knows what I like and what I don't like, and there's some incredibly stupid designs, incredibly stupid. I just don't know how anybody passed them. Like the previous Audi, in order to switch the fan on, you had to press a switch which was smaller than your finger, and you could press any one of probably 3, and then go to another dial to turn the fan up and down and watch what speed, as if you need to know anyway. You just turn it up to what you want, don't you? Like here, now it's just one switch, one flick switch. You click it and it goes up one. That's great. A couple of other things, Audi A3s or Audi hatchbacks. Somebody, and I don't know who would come up with this idea, because two things that don't mix are water and electricity. And in the rear wiper, they decided to channel the washer pipe through the middle of the motor, and of course what happens? Water gets in the motor and it ruins the motor. I've lost count of the amount of wiper motors that I've had to change through that. Just a waste of money. It's stupid design, and so on. And not only that, when the pipe does go, it then drips onto your electric boot release and ruins that too. So if you're not careful, you're probably in for a bill for about 500 or 600 quid because somebody thought of a stupid design. And you know, stuff like that, I think that should be covered by the manufacturers. It's a designed by a numbskull. Why should you pay for it? But anyway, it's usually us that end up paying for it anyway, as we've just done with our white Audi A3. Exactly the same things happened to that. But on this, in general, Audis are more reliable or need less reconditioning than certainly BMWs, and probably on a par with Mercedes-Benz. My dad had a couple of Audis when I was younger. Never any problems with them. Had an Audi 100. Well, I had two Audi 100s and an Audi 80, which was a brilliant car. And I've certainly sold loads of them, so I wouldn't keep selling them if they weren't good. And especially the R8. I wouldn't mind an R8. Right, let's get our wits about us at Certain Death Corner here. And that reminds me, I must switch the roundabout collision switch off. So we've got a couple of other things. It is a good design. The steering wheel's nice and clean. We've got cruise control just behind here, and you can actually see the cruise control with this design, whereas, you know, Some vehicles it's behind the 1/4-3 position of the steering wheel. So that's let's see, that's easy enough to switch on. Is that on? Yeah, that's it, one switch. Great. Some you have to switch on and then set the speed. Well, why would you have to do that? You usually go in the speed you want to go when you switch it on. So what's the point of having another set switch? So that's again great design. All nice. Your voice activation there, volume control. What's that there? That's changing the center information display, date and time. We'll just get around these corners. Blimey, I don't remember there being this many corners. But that's showing average miles per gallon. And the miles per gallon in this was tremendous. It was something like 70 miles to the gallon if you can. But even if you can't get that, if you could get 50 out of a 5-seater family saloon, I'd be more than happy with 50. That's showing me how the range, how many miles I've got left. 180 miles, 34 miles per gallon it's showing there, but it's been ticking over while I've been photographing it for the last hour, so that needs resetting. That's showing the date and time. And then of course you can have your speed, which is more accurate than the analog speedo, so that's handy. On the left hand side you've got coolant temperature gauge, your rev counter, as I say, your information display in the center. Speedo on the right, far right, is fuel gauge. Great engine, this 2 litre. Plenty of kind of low end grunt. You can just take off from any speed. Parking brake here, 6-speed gearbox. That's also your radio on off, and you can flick tracks through it or with it. Your eye control, you can do pretty much everything with that. Click onto telephone there. That's nav and map. I'll just click it back, nav, click it again, the map. On the right hand side, radio, click back, media. You can then set which media device you want. That's Bluetooth hands-free. My phone will come on in a second. There you go. Just turn it up. That's what's playing on my phone at the moment.
Beginning to think that I'm wasting time.
You and me too, Dobie. Great steering, as I say, nice light clutch. Great gearbox. Out of second, sprung to the middle, into third. Very, very easy. Not too much spec that you don't need on this. Nothing, not too much to go wrong. Electric windows. We've got heated door mirrors, which are very, very handy, of course. We've just got to turn this to the back position here. That puts the heaters on. It's quite cold this morning. Again, it's showing 15.5 degrees outside. It certainly don't feel like it is 15.5 degrees. It got me jumper on this morning. Perhaps I'm going soft. There's a keypad here. I've never even looked what the keypad's for. I'm assuming it's perhaps a starting code or something. We've got reversing sensors. It's a good looking car, good design. Especially the front, it's very what's the word? Aggressive looking at the front. If you see one of these in your rear view mirror, you think it's got a 5-litre engine in it or something. Get out of the way. Well, let's see. Also sports seats. So you've got the thigh extension there. There's, what's that do? So that lifts the front up, or tilts the seat squab. That's height on the side, and then rake adjustment at the back on a wheel. The tyre noise isn't excessive. All good, to be fair. We've got front centre armrest here, 2 USB in sockets in there, and also an auxiliary in. You can, as soon as you plug your phone in, of course you can do away with the Bluetooth and use all the functions through the aux in. Connects with the audio system. We're in 3rd gear here, very, very forgiving gear. It'll get you through most situations. There's suicidal birds in the country. When my dad went to, my probably first experience of the motor trade, when my dad went to buy the Audi 80, he'd got this really mint Audi 100 LS, and they wanted a smaller car. We were buying a guest house or something, and wanted to get some money back. So I remember going to this dealer with him, and he was trying to do a deal, and of course, these days, you know, how much you want for your car. Well, everybody knows how much they want for their car. Well, I don't know, as much as possible, all that stuff. Mostly we do it because people have unrealistic expectations these days. Just at this moment, and of course this is August 2021, it would seem that Auto Trader's valuations of the wheels come off, and they're telling private customers that their car's worth as much to sell, in fact in some cases more, than the dealers are selling them. So it's creating some arguments really, or you know, people come in and they think we're trying to steal the car, and we're not. But anyway, so everything's online these days. You can value your own car online, you can get a price, you can see exactly the information that we get. But in the old days, there used to be a glasses guide, and it had stamped on the front, confidential, private and confidential, motor trade use only, you know, for your eyes only. And anyway, the trader said to my dad, all right, well, how much you want for your car? And he probably said, well, as much as possible. And the guy said, well, here's our guide. That's what your car's worth. And that's our car, so, you know, that's the difference. anyhow, it turns out, of course, you had to look up the specific vehicle, and again, these days you just put the reg in, it brings the vehicle up and all the specifications and so on. In the old days you had to go down Audi ATLS and then down the mileage, and then there was a mileage chart at the back because it'd have something like 20,000, 50,000, 70,000. So if it'd done 56,000, there was another table at the back, and you go down there. Anyway, this trader showed me Dad, but he showed him a completely different model. Of course, the worst model it was, and my Dad didn't know. So he kind of basically ripped him off. So that was the old days, and I've had a bit of a downer on Audi salesmen ever since. And I tell you what, they've not changed. Our local dealer is so difficult to deal with, very, very difficult. And I've heard some horror stories as well. So if you're going to buy an Audi, come and buy this one. So lovely to drive. Got height and reach adjustable steering wheel as well. Low mileage, good service history. Nice colour combination as well. Blimey, somebody always keeps knocking a brick down there. So I'll just have to go and shift that as well. There's lots of motorbikes come up here, and if that's flicked out, give me 2 minutes. Where's the key? It's a wonder anybody ever comes back alive from the countryside, especially on a motorbike or a push bike. It's lethal. I mean, you come around that corner and hit that rock on a motorbike, and there's a 100-foot drop over there. You're straight off. There's nothing to keep you on the road. They've put the worst part of the road. There's nothing to keep you on, and then the straight bit here, they've put these kind of railings. So anyhow, good deed for the day. Oops, turn. So the sat nav, there you go. Sat nav, Bluetooth hands-free, Bluetooth audio streaming, the climate control switches here, and they're nice and clear, easy to use, all good. So there you go, another lovely car into stock, and we'll get the video up, get it advertised. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.